Hey y'all, somebody was asking me about this little shack behind me here, wondering if that was going to be the Walton's Mill office building. Got to thinking about that. You know what? That'd make a fine office for me. I wouldn't have plenty of sawdust for it. All I'd need to do is put a bucket and a toilet seat in there, and it'd make a great office. So I'm going to have to think about that one, folks. I just might turn that into my office building. One of the things on the sawmill, I don't know that you're going to be able to see it from this angle. So, and I don't want to walk the laptop around or anything. So I'll just try to explain it. It's got two uprights here, one on each side. The one is square, the other is round. Now this side here, it just bolts together. The other side has a sleeve that slides over the round pipe on the other side, and you have two nuts that you tighten up, and it clamps down to the down to the pipe, so the other side can't move up and down. Well, what ended up happening with me on this was the other side had slipped down. And so it was about an inch and 22 inches wide. It was about an inch off, you know, out of parallel. If you want to cut a couple boards, a 12-inch wide board was like 3/8 of an inch out of out of square. And I didn't catch that at first till I went to rotate it and made my cut, put my square on it. I said, "What's wrong here?" So I readjusted it. I got everything, loosened those two bolts on the other side, jacked it on up, retightened it down, got a good torque on it, ran a cut, got through. Same thing. The thing had slipped down about 3/4 of an inch that time. So this morning, I went down to the hardware store here. I bought a 1/4 inch bolt, 3-inch long 1/4 inch bolt, a couple of nuts for lock nuts on it, and I jacked the other side back up right where it needed to be. Drilled a hole through the that sleeve and the pipe and everything. Put the bolt in there, tightened it back on up. Now that thing can't slide down. It'll be just fine. I'm not complaining about Harbor Freight on this whole deal. I mean, hey, anything can happen for the price on this sawmill. I have no complaints. Another thing is I've heard other people complain um, about the power of it. Well, this board that I'm cutting, this log that I'm cutting, this is dead oak. I mean, it's white oak, but I mean it's it's been down for quite a while, and it's pretty hard wood. I'm not having any problem at all cutting it with this 301 cubic inch motor. I was thinking about getting a bigger motor and put it on there, but it's doing fine. I see no reason why to go with a bigger motor, especially knowing that this thing is engineered for this size motor. Um, if you put too much power to a machine like this here and you try to use it, the resistance on the saw blade creates more. When you're running more power to it, you're going to push it a little bit harder, and you're going to have more resistance on the saw blade. Then you start burning up other stuff on in there, or you're breaking bands or whatever. It's not designed for a bigger motor, so I've opted out of getting a larger motor. If I decide I want something larger, I'm going to do like Cecil Skinner um, did, and I'll build my own sawmill. By the way, if you haven't seen Off Grid with Cecil E. Skinner, check out his homestead and his deal. I mean, yeah, the guy's awesome. Puts out some really good videos. Has a wide variety of different stuff. Anyway, he's got a this thing. I couldn't be happier with it. It operates really fine. It does good. I mean, long term there might be something that comes on half. It's not built to be a commercial saw or anything else like that. I didn't get it to be a commercial saw. I bought it to be a hobby saw for me. But the one thing that I can say to people that have used these and they say they're underpowered and stuff, you might try talking to your saw blade supplier, and at least initially, don't order offline because you go to online, you order your saw blades, you don't know what you're getting, you don't know what to ask for. Um, if you go to a saw shop like I did, where they actually make these bands for these right there in their shop, just go on in there and tell them what you want. Well, I went on in there and I told them, I says, hey, I don't know what I want, but I'll tell you what I am going to do with it. I says, I'm going to be cutting dried oak that's been down for a year or two. I want to be cutting Doug fir, and I'm going to be cutting redwood and cedar. So I says, I'm getting a variety of wood, and I would like for the blades to handle that, or I'd like two different blades. You tell me which blades I need to get. I mean, I can get, separate blades for the deal. And the guy down there says, get this blade right here. This will do the trick for you for all of that. Now, I haven't cut the redwood or the Doug fir with it yet. I'll just cut this oak. But I figured, well, if it's cutting this oak this good, I expect it will cut the softwoods, pretty dang good too. So if you find your saw not not cutting the way that you think, you're having problems, talk to them at the saw shop. But go to a saw shop that's reputable. Saw shop that I'm going to, the place that I'm getting my stuff from now, is Oregon Supply. I think I already told you this story. It's in the truck. Um, they loaned me um, a tool that you put on there on the blade for it, to adjust the tension and stuff. $250 machine. Didn't know me for a madam. I could probably never return it because they still don't know who I am. I don't operate that way, guys. I am returning it in probably about a week or two. They told me I could keep it for a month, but I think in about a week I'm not going to need it again. I did call them up one time, had a few questions on it, and they were very helpful. So I mean, hey, I can't say enough for Oregon Industrial out of Eugene, Oregon. Great outfit. But anyway, let's fire this sucker up and let you see it make more than just one cut this time. Getting a lot of shake in the log. I was getting a lot of shake in the log. That's why I was cutting so slow initially. Then I seen what was causing it. This one block had settled a little bit, and so I put a little shim in there, and it works great now. Well, I knew it would. The problem here right now is on a full 20-inch wide cut, you only can cut 4.5 inches. This end is tapered. The top corner, this 12 inches, is hitting on the guard. So what I got to do is I got to move it back that way a little bit, try to get it in the center, and then clamp it down. Kind of long for it, but it will work. The one thing is I need to come up with a better clamping system, especially when I'm moving that log out more towards the center. I'm getting a lot of shake still with it. Um, One of the problems is I only have one clamp on there. That size log should have, I'm guessing, should have two clamps on it. And I don't have the second clamp. I've got to make one. I want to come up with a better clamp system than what we got here. So I have some plans in the makings for it, some ideas, and I got some other people making some videos to show me what they got going. And I'm going to put something together. Don't know exactly what it'll be yet, but it will be better. But anyway, in the meantime, I can cut this for the cribbing, so I can get rid of these concrete blocks underneath here, and I can put solid wood underneath here and get it leveled up and have a lot better base for it to set on. Anyway, if the girls can't find you handy, they can at least find you all handsome. Y'all come back now, you hear?